Not understanding human history is like starting a novel from the middle. You're bound to put some pieces together, but a deeper understanding is rewarded to the person who starts on page 1. Today, we'll be filling in one of the many gaps of human history in an attempt to understand who we are as humans. As you saw by the title of this video, it revolves around where did the other humans go, and there are really two predominant theories that revolve around this. One is the interbreeding theory. This theory suggests that through millions of years, Homo erectus and Neanderthals continually interbred with humans, and those populations got so diluted that it was just Homo sapiens that remained. We know that around this time, 100,000 to 40,000 years ago, Homo sapiens, the way of life for Homo sapiens, promoted more childbirth. Homo sapiens primarily banded together and delegated responsibilities like watching each other's children, as others would go hunt and gather for resources. On the other hand, Neanderthals, Homo erectus, and many other types of humans did not have this lifestyle. Instead, they banded together in very small groups that focused on one task at a time. So clearly for Neanderthals and Homo erectus, it would have been advantageous for them specifically to band together with Homo sapiens. So this is definitely a good theory of how and where the other humans went and really how we became who we are today. The next theory is the replacement theory, which suggests that humanity and Homo sapiens specifically banded together so well that when they came into maybe territorial conflict with other types of humans, they just completely decimated and killed them all and really drove them to extinction that way. And this obviously begs the question, how did Homo sapiens become capable of taking out these humans? The primary reason that Homo sapiens could band together in these groups was communication. And just by being able to communicate with each other while on the battlefield, for example, they continually kind of drove Homo erectus and other types of humans onto the brink of these pristine environments. And maybe they had to switch environments is kind of the idea. And then eventually alternate types of humans were in such disadvantageous situations that they were just naturally drove to extinction over millions of years. The concept of communication is really something that defines what humanity is and how Homo sapiens were so successful throughout history. Communication comes back to abstract thinking, using something that's outside of the interaction, like words, like language, like writing, in order to communicate your idea to somebody. There's tons of controversy of how this developed. Some see it as a cognitive dam being broken and all happening at once, where abstract thinking kind of pops into the human mind as an ability that was dormant for thousands, if not millions of years. While alternatively, some people suggest that it was slowly developed through grunts and gestures developing into language and writing. Really what I want to focus on today is what this new ability enabled humanity to do. In his book Sapiens by Yuval Harari, he really gives this idea that humanity could now bypass the genome, and I think it's a very good way of explaining it, that humans, Homo sapiens specifically, no longer need to wait for natural mutations to occur in order for new abilities to be acquired. In other words, once abstract thinking was obtained, it could be expressed in millions of different ways, and we see exactly this through the thousands of different cultures that existed during this time. This really further connected humanity together. Just 30,000 years ago, trade starts to develop, outsourcing of materials like obsidian starts to develop as well, and a huge delegation of tasks. It's your job or your people's job to do this, it's ours to do this, and we can all work together as a group. And again, this is something that was never before seen on any organism that has ever existed on Earth, making humanity's sole unique characteristic its ability to abstractly think and furthermore to communicate. There are some basic aspects of human identity that really helped us become the most successful humans to ever exist. These characteristics are oftentimes overlooked and underappreciated. However, learning what they are takes us one step closer to how we got here and really answering the question of who we are and why we are here. For more information on human development and really how that pertains to our own identity, make sure to subscribe here at Atlas.